Hello, students. So I'm going to go over some Photoshop things with you guys. Uh, Nice and interruption free. Okay, so I'm going to start out a new file, just file new, and I want the background contents to be transparent because I don't really want anything else on there. I just want transparency, and I'm just going to come to a preset of US paper. Letter is fine, and I'm actually going to make it 11 by 11, just like that. Go back to transparent because sometimes when you go to presets, it'll change everything. So that looks good to me. I like that. And let's say I want to make a graphic for our videos or just any graphic in general. Like if I want to say maybe that we're giving away, I don't know, free tables. Let's do that. Free tables. And so the way I did that was free, enter, tables. Okay. I'm just going to click the check mark here. Be sure to click the check mark after you're done typing things because you could resize all your text afterwards. This arrow right here, you could select your layers. See, this is a layer one. I'll show you what layers do later on. Um, so I'm selecting under this layer. If all of a sudden you can't select anything, it'll give you this error. It's because you don't have this layer selected. You don't have the text layer selected. So use the arrow key right here to do that. And it it kind of comes like this for you guys. If you go up here and check this show transform controls right up here, click that, you'll have these little boxes. And these boxes will enable you to resize everything. So I want to keep this an aspect ratio, meaning that it's all the same. It looks the same except it's bigger. That's all it means. It looks the same except it's bigger. So I want to do that. This free table thing is cool. I like that. Okay. Let's check that. Sounds good. You notice the colors don't do anything when you adjust them. So the way you have to do that is you could either select it, choose the color, hit OK, and then deselect. And that you can change the color that way. Or if you go over here, right click and go to blending options. Okay, here you can actually change the way the colors look by clicking this color overlay. You could actually just choose any other color and it'll change it immediately to that. Say you want blue, but you also kind of want the red to show through. So now you could actually start to play around with the blending modes. So I'm going to go down to maybe lighten. And so you have the blend between this red and this blue, and it makes this color. Screen, and it just has different kinds of effects that you could do. Um, Overlay, it's a nice dark purple, you know. So, and you could always choose how much of it shows through with opacity, right? So it can ranges from blue to red here. Um, I kind of like, I kind of like in that, but I'm not actually going to do a color overlay. You could also do a gradient overlay. You could choose styles, different styles, red to green, black to red, and you could reverse it. You can select different kinds of styles, different kinds of gradient styles. Choose the angle at which all these are coming at. You can even make your own style, right? Here's a four color. Here, let's see, noise. Look at that. It's like every single color, I think, in there. That's neat. Solid is fine with me. Smoothness. You could choose a different color. Oh, sorry. This is just how intense the red is, right? I think. Or maybe not. I don't know. Okay, black. I actually want to be like this green or something. All right, neato. This little thing is a slider. Um, And so is this, so it'll slide on which kind or how far you want these to go. Um, totally play around with that. You could select the new color. You could delete those colors or that color, at least the middle color. Not sure you could do these ones. I don't know why it's not. Oh, there it goes. Okay, neat. Completely clear. Excellent. Oh, I think it's just talking about opacity. Oh, that's what that is. It's opacity. There. So if you want the opacity to go down at this point, you would knock it down over here a little bit. Okay. Cool. So a reflection or reflected light or diamond shape. Just going to go with linear. And then you could even add things like bevel and emboss. So bevel, it makes these letters kind of 3D. So as you increase the depth, the size, and the softness, it changes how these look, right? If you want to really just weird bubble look, you know, the higher this is, the sharper it is, right? The higher this is, the softer it is, obviously soften. And then you could choose the angle at which the light comes from, okay? So maybe it's coming from near center, maybe it's coming from almost centered. Let's put it in the center, see what happens. Nothing, see? So it's coming from all the way up top, let's say. It's a 90 degree. Okay. And you could even, the gloss contour, choose the gloss contour and how they look. And it'll change its appearance with all these. Like I said, you could rewind and check. Oh, look at that. That looks really glossy. That looks awesome. Anti-Alias just gets rid of the jaggies. See how jagged that white is right there? Anti-Alias it and it kind of gets rid of it. Knocks it down some. And you could even highlight modes. So you could change how the highlight works. Right? Dissolve, darken. So, yeah, neat. I'm just going to go with normal. And even shadows, how they work. So you could toy around with all that. This is the fanciest free table sign in the world right here. Okay, you could put contours on it. Okay, different kinds of contours. Double up on the shiny, right? I'm not actually going to put that on there. You could even add texture. So I want a bubble texture, right? Make it really big. Depth, you could enlarge the depth. Now it looks like it's just crazy. I really like that actually. It's kind of neat. You could choose patterns from anything. You could make your own pattern eventually. Right. Satin is kind of weird. Let's just pick a different color like that. Okay, it kind of does an overlay, but it's a weird gradient type thing. You probably won't be able to tell too much, so I'm not even gonna have. I mean, it really does add something to it. You see, it darkens it up. The contrast, I like it. I'm gonna keep it. And you can do pattern overlays, like I did, but it's just too much now. I think I like that. You could even do an outside stroke. Or inside, or center. See how it's doing both inside and outside. And change the blend mode on those two, and you could change the color that it's doing that. So what really makes this pop off screen is also the drop shadow. Okay. And as you see me adjusting this, that's where it is. Okay. And generally I like to keep global light. So when I adjust my shadow angle, it also adjusts everything else. So my bevel and emboss, it also adjusts that as well. So I could change the contour and how the shadows look as well and how they appear. I like this one the best because it actually does an accurate gradient of a real shadow. So free tables, here it is. Okay. Oh yeah. Cool. Could highlight this and center it. Check. Okay. Such a fancy sign for free tables. So that's good. If we pull an image off of, let's say, the web of a table, let's say ghetto table, because that's kind of what the sign is almost looking like. It's a little ghetto fabulous with all that shine. I don't know, I kind of like this cardboard one. Yeah, look at that cardboard table. It's perfect, right? I'm going to copy that image. And I'm going to paste it as a new layer. So Control C and Control V is a shortcut to copy and paste. So up and down, if you hit Shift, it doesn't do anything. Up and down is strictly up and down. The corners, this is where Shift comes important, okay? Because it will actually keep things in aspect ratio. So I'd like to drag things to the corner and go out with it. Okay, cool. Free table. But now it's in front of the text, but I don't want it to be in front of the text. What do we do? Right? That's not a problem. Layers is like paper, okay? You have one paper on top of the other, you won't see the one below it. So you have to drag it below that table. So, or sorry, the text, because it's the layer below this layer. Okay, so now, and it reflects accurately here. Can't select anything because I don't have anything selected. Free tables. Okay, put this down here. How do I get rid of this transparency? Use the crop. Okay, crop tools, very simple. You just drag to where you want to crop and hit this check mark. See, did you notice that rule of thirds as you did it? Or see that? You could always adjust where those points are. Like maybe I want people to really focus on that last E right here with that point being on it. So I'll make sure that the power point is on this E and this F when I crop it. Yeah. And maybe this power line here will go on the tables and this power line will be on the free. So that's good to me. Let's do that. Oh, that's perfect sign. Free tables. This ghetto fabulous amazing sign here. Okay. And to save this, just go to File, Save As. I usually like to save things in PNG, but JPEG is fine too. And here's our ghetto. Now let's call it free table. Free tables. Okay. I'm going to save it to my desktop and I'll upload this photo. Nah, probably won't. Who knows? That's good for me. There you go. Free tables. And I'll show you how to do more things eventually too. As far as Photoshop goes, how to maybe Photoshop and insert photos or Photoshop people in or Photoshop them out, and different things. I'll also go over Illustrator and Premiere and InDesign, and I'll try to get these out as quickly as I can. But it is a long process, you guys. So give me time and I will keep making these. Okay? So watch this video, and again, if you need to, and feel free to explore these tools. I can make a video solely explaining these tools if you'd like. I could totally do that. Just let me know in class. Okay.